So now we are going to learn about norepinephrine. So norepinephrine is the hormone or neurotransmitter. Norepinephrine is the one which is converted to epinephrine by the enzyme which is called as phenylethanolamine and methyltransferase present in the cytosol of adrenergic neurons. So we had seen from the life cycle of dopamine how L-DOPA gets converted to dopamine, dopamine gets converted to norepinephrine. Now this norepinephrine is getting converted to epinephrine with the help of this enzyme present there. What is their function? So since it's a hormone which is released at the sympathetic end, what is its function? Its function is for flight and fright reaction. For fight, you stand up your ground, defend your position, attack, dig and preserve. This is what they're saying. In flight, you just run away. So what are the changes that we get to see in this flight and fright reaction is? Suppose you have to imagine a situation where you are being chased by a bull, a mad bull on the road. And for your bad luck, you have worn a dress with red color, which whole the notion is about that if a bull sees a red color, it goes mad. How do you think will be your reaction there? What do you think of that time, at that moment? If the red bull is behind you, what will you think? Yes. Arshita, what will you do?
And to run away.
Will you have time to plan also?
No.
So it has to be a very quick response, right? So you have to think, just find out the way where you want to run. So what will be the changes in your body that will happen at that time? The physiological changes. Let us go from the upper head part. So what are the changes that will happen to your eyes? You'll go for pupillary constriction, isn't it? You want to focus yourself, try to find out a way where you have to run. So your constrictions of the pupil is there. Next, come to the heart. What do you expect to the heart to do? Pumping activity is faster. Heart rate is increased, contractility is increased. So all the properties of the heart as a conductivity, everything is going to be very fast now. So you will have increased heart rate. Okay. Come down to GIT. What will happen to the GIT? Will you think of nicely enjoying and secretion of gastric juices? No. So your blood supply to the GIT will be reduced. There will be no secretions, no digestion, no activity of intestine being there. Now come down to your muscles, which you're using, your hands muscles, your leg muscles, especially the leg muscles. What are you going to do? You're going to run. A lot of it running at the fastest speed possible. So what do you want to happen there? An increased blood flow to your muscles, isn't it? So in a gross way, we have understood that if there is a flight and fright reaction, these will be the changes occurring, physiological changes which will be occurring in our body. So this neurotransmitter, the norepinephrine and epinephrine, they are going to act via the receptors. And what is their receptors? Their receptors are the alpha receptors or beta receptors. So their activity, whether they are stimulatory or inhibitory, it will depend on which receptor are they going and acting upon. So they're going to act via alpha beta receptors. And we know that dopamine is having 5 types of receptors, which we have numbered as D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, right? So the function of this neurotransmitter, that is epinephrine and norepinephrine, it is for flight and fright reaction. Now, let us go as where they are present in our central nervous system, in our brain and in our brain stems. Where are they present and what is their functions? So that cell bodies of norepinephrine, the cell bodies of norepinephrine containing neurons, they are located in locus coeruleus and the other medullary and pontine nucleus. So I have explained to you what is pons, where is medulla. So they are present in the locus coeruleus, which is present here in the brainstem area itself, and the pons in the medulla. So they are present here. So epinephrine is going to affect my heart, lungs, muscles, blood vessels. So we have understood. So there will be, vasodilation to the blood vessels which are supplying to your muscles, and vasoconstriction to the blood vessels which are supplying to your GIT. So there will be increase in heart rate and blood flow. There will be faster breathing. Respiratory rate is increased. Blood sugar level will become high because the energy need has increased. And there will be increased strength and physical performances. So this is how the whole thing is going to act upon. So what are the symptoms which will be due to excess of norepinephrine, and what will be the symptoms? Because every neurotransmitter we are trying to study under these two headings. What will be the symptoms if there is excess of norepinephrine, and what will be the symptoms if there is insufficiency of norepinephrine? If there is excess of norepinephrine, as we have seen, along with dopamine, ADHD will be one, depression, anxiety, poor sleep, migraine headaches may be possible. Then, if there is insufficiency of norepinephrine, there may be decreased arousal, sleep disorder, shakiness, or high blood pressure. Okay. So these are certain drugs which will increase the norepinephrine. So you can just go along with it. Amphetamines, which if they are given, like Ritalin is there, dextroamphetamines like Adderall is there. Then we have SNRIs, which we call as serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor, where we say that once that norepinephrine which is released, we kind of block its reuptake so that it is available for long period of time in the synaptic cleft. So such are the one which is going to increase the effect of norepinephrine. So that's how we will have a effect of long term effect of norepinephrine.